All right, guys, today is day 6 in our 12 days of shaving series, and so we're about halfway through. So far, we've talked about the implements of wet shaving up to this point. We've talked about things like razors and blades and soaps and creams and brushes and all of that stuff, and that's all, I think, very important. It's a good place to start, but today we're going to get into technique, because you can have all of the good gear in the world, but if you don't have good technique, your shaves are going to suck. That's just all there is to it. If you are not practicing good technique, your shaves are going to suck, or at least they're not going to be as good as what they could be. So today what I wanted to do is I just wanted to really start at the beginning of a shave. For me, I think besides, of course, the hardware change, the single biggest change that I made that resulted in great shaves was facial prep. You want to make sure that your face is very nicely hydrated and prepped, especially that your beard, that your whiskers are nicely hydrated before you try to shave. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with irritation, you're going to end up with tugging, and so you really want to prep your face for your shaves. I was somebody who always used to, in the morning I'd come in when I shaved, and I tried to avoid shaving as much as possible when I was shaving with the SEAC, the crap in a can, and Gillette multi-bladed cartridge Franken razor. But what I would do when I was going to shave is I would come in, I would grab my can of shaving cream, or gel or whatever it was, I'd squirt it in my hand, I'd rub it into my face, and I would attack it with my razor. Now, quite frankly, I would push my razor blades to the nth degree. They're so expensive. I wasn't about to bin them, after 4 or 5 shaves. I mean, I would just push them and push them and push them and push them to the point where I probably would have been better off shaving with a butter knife. But I would just come in, and that's what I would do. I would grab my can of shaving cream, squirt it in my hand, rub it in my face, and go at it with a razor. Now, what I have since started doing, since I started doing traditional wet shaving, is I shave after I get out of the shower. So once I'm out of the shower, at that point my face is going to be nicely hydrated, my beard is going to be nicely hydrated, and at that point I am ready to have a good shave. There are a couple other things that you can do as well to prep your face. Some guys will use a pre-shave soap, and I think that you would want to do that probably if you are not shaving right after you get out of the shower. That's probably when you're going to try to use that pre-shave soap. Other guys use a shaving oil or pre-shave oil. Again, whatever you can do to soften up your whiskers, I think, is going to provide you with better shaves, less tugging, and it's just going to make it easier for that razor to glide through that hair. I don't use a pre-shave oil. I don't use a pre-shave soap because, again, I'm getting right out of the shower and I'm going into my shave at that point. But, again, if it's something that seems of interest to you, whatever you can do to, again, prep that beard is going to be better off for you. One of the other things I've talked about is that I have a tendency to have very oily skin. So that's another reason why I've tried to avoid the pre-shave oils. It's just I don't want to add anything more oily to my skin. That's just my skin. And that's one of the things, again, in this hobby, you need to pay attention to what your face is telling you. You are going to be the best judge of what is good for your shaves. You're going to be the best judge of what's good for your face. And so, it's great to look online and get advice and get feedback and all that kind of stuff. But just because Joe Blow is using a pre-shave oil doesn't mean you need to. Just because Joe Blow is using a pre-shave soap, don't think you need to go out and buy a whole collection of pre-shave soaps. Do what works for you. And for me, prepping my beard by having a shower before I shave is the best way. Now, I also understand that there are times when, for some reason or another, maybe in the morning we're busy, we're running late, and we can't get a shave in. But in the evening, we want to get a shave in for one reason or another. Maybe we want to cuddle up next to our cutie, or maybe it's, we're going out on the town or whatever. And there are just some guys who prefer to shave at night, but they don't want to, get a shower and then shave. There are still things that you can do to prep your beard. And one of the best ones is kind of the old school, a hot towel. Take a nice, a warm washcloth, wet it in some hot water, and just put it on your face for a few minutes. Whatever you can do. Again, the key is preparing your face, opening up the pores, and then getting your beard hydrated to make it easier for that razor blade to pass through your whiskers. Some guys also shave in the shower. If you're going to shave in the shower, I'm not somebody who will ever attempt that, because I have a hard enough time not whacking my face, cutting it all up in front of a mirror, and I don't want to get a mirror in the shower, so I just choose not to. But there's some guys that just for ease of everything, that's what they choose to do. And again, at that point, you're thinking about this. If you think it through, yes, at that point you have hydrated your beard. But if you're going to shave in the shower, I wouldn't recommend that you jump in, turn the water on, grab your razor, and go to town. No, maybe leave your shaving for the final part of your shower. So again, at that point, your face is nicely hydrated, pores are open, and your beard is very nicely hydrated. One other thing I did want to talk about, it's something I haven't tried, but there are a few guys out there that are trying the cold shaving method. They are using cold water, and they're using, they're shaving instead of using hot water to shave. Some of them who have had problems with irritation on their face, they are finding that to be helpful for them. I have not tried it. Honestly, I don't know as I will, because I'm just really enjoying the shaves that I'm getting this way. But again, it's just a matter of listening to what your face is telling you. If you're getting a lot of irritation using a hot water type shaving method, and you've got good technique, and you've worked through a blade, and try to find a blade that works for you, etc. Maybe you want to try the cold shaving method, just again to make sure that you're doing what is good for your face. So today, that is it's a nice short video, and I'm sure you're happy about that. But our day number 6 in our 12 days of shaving, and today talking about the importance of prepping your face to have a great shave. This is Brian reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a day of great shaves. Have a great day, everybody.